Scorpio, welcome back to another Four Paths Healing Tarot message. We're going to get some cards out here. We're going to talk to God, angel, spirit guides through tarot, through oracle, to get an idea of what you're working through in the love department. We're going to do a placement for the nature of your connection, what's at the root of it, what are you working through right now? And then we're going to get some hidden truth oracle out here at the end to get an idea of the hidden truth, their true feelings in this connection. Whoever is on your mind, your heart, your spirit right now, Scorpio, that's who we have in mind in this particular message, okay? You could be together, you could be apart. If they act right, maybe they get to stay with you. Okay, we're just going to pick up the messages as they come up for whatever the relationship dynamic is right now. Okay, what's up? Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, God, angel, spirit guides for lovely Scorpio. God, angel, spirit guides, what is the nature of their connection right now? What are they working through? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Let's see what pops out. Again, you could be together, separated, going through a challenging time right now. Maybe you feel like you need to make a decision, or you just need to understand a little bit more about what's going on. I feel like I could be talking to a Libra Scorpio cusper because I have a card out here that says rendezvous, and it popped out in my Libra reading. Okay, so let's see what else is out here. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Okay, open your heart, Scorpio. I feel it though. You've been going through quite a bit. You know, you are a warrior in the love department. Rekindle beneath the deck. I did a love reading for you, Scorpio, I think in my shorts, and I think rekindle came up, or something about someone looping back, I believe, but this feels familiar, like you were going through this recently, and maybe that is still coming up. An old flame returns. This is kind of an overarching message. And then rendezvous, it's likely because what you all had felt fun, it felt exciting, passionate, romantic. A private getaway for two is calling you. Maybe this is to rekindle the connection that you already have with who you are dealing with. And again, I could be talking to a Libra Scorpio cusper, because in my Libra reading, my Libra was going through an interesting thing where it seems like it's time to, you know, relationships go through that phase where it feels like there's a plateau, the beautiful babies, career, money, entrepreneurship stuff starts getting in the way. We kind of lose sight of our love, our connection, want to be seen and touched again. And so I could be talking to a cusper because I felt this vibe, but it could be time to think about where to go, what to do, some travel, a romantic dinner, making that favorite meal, sending those beautiful babies to be with, you know, your sister, your aunt, your mom, you know, babysitter, so that you can rekindle and reignite the love that you need, Scorpio. Then I also feel like I'm talking to somebody who's single right now, and it feels like it's time to open that heart up. All right, love is the highest energy of all, and it might not mean that you're opening your heart up to get into a relationship, because Scorpio, you know better than anyone what's good for you. Even when people try to tell you what you need to do, it's tempting, but you know what's best for you. So it might not be that it's time for you to get back into another relationship unless you want that, but just opening your heart space to the potential of life, the light side of what love and spirit has for you, rejuvenating the spirit, the flesh again, the light of love, refilling your heart and your body. And I don't know exactly how that resonates for you. Another thing that's coming up, then I'll get some tarot cards out here, so just hold on, I'm almost there. Another thing that's coming up as relates to rekindle and rendezvous, someone in this connection, a couple, has gone through something hard in the past. It's been maybe a rough year, rough 2 years, rough 6 months. There was some wounded stuff in the past, some wounding, and you all have been battling to stay together and to keep your connection strong. It's been hard. You've been turning over every stone with each other. You've seen every cut and crease and corner of the ugly with each other. And now it's time that, because you've gotten through it, you've leveled up, you're still together, it's okay to find time to reward each other for your hard work and your tenacity to make this work out, to make this love last. Make it last forever. Okay, y'all don't want to hear that. All right, I think that, who is that, Keith Sweat? Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to do that to you again. I'm not going to hurt your ears with my Keith Sweat singing again. All right, God, angels, spirit guides, tell us more about Scorpio's connection. What do you want Scorpio to know? What do they need to be mindful of in this connection with whoever's on their mind, their heart, and their essence right now? Okay, thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. I am talking to someone who's single, for sure. And for you, it kind of feels like you're regenerating yourself to get back to the place of being financially independent. You're recovering from something that closed maybe last year, maybe a couple of years ago, and you're finding yourself in your own joy, in your self-care, the new you with a little bit of that sauce from the past, but you're transformative. So you're feeling your power return and you like it. That's what's coming up. Let's see, we have Empress beneath the deck here. Okay, beautiful Taurus energy. So again, just that rebirth of creativity, of flow, of love, letting energy kind of pass. It kind of feels like the perfect combination of all of the queens in the elements, and then also temperance sprinkled on top of that thing. This what Empress feels like to me, just being the giver of life, just being this the mother. But let's get more out here. We'll see how this message formulates. So we have some tough energy, Scorpio. Again, I really do think that I'm talking to a Libra, Scorpio cusper, or you're dealing with someone who is a Libra. We have Aquarius out here, but this popped out in a Libra reading. We have Libra out here with Justice, so we'll put those over there. We have a little bit of strength and ego here, some ego strength work. We have some cards in reverse, okay? All right. Some Virgo, Nine of Pentacles, okay? We have moving on, but debating it, not sure, still trying to decide if this is a good idea. I mentioned temperance before I flipped this card over, and it seems like there's been a struggle to have this, okay? All right. Okay, for those of you that are in a connection right now, this is specifically, I'm definitely talking to a couple. There has been some turbulent, challenging times, and there is an element in this connection where it feels like it's unfair. Okay, Scorpio, it feels something is going on or not going on, and it feels like it's unfair. Maybe there is kind of like a double standard. You get to go out with your friends, and this is just an example. You get to go out with your friends, stay out until 4 in the morning. I go out and I stay out until 11. It's a problem. We got to turn the whole house upside down. It feels like there's some challenge right now with how you all are working through the matters that hurt or that feel challenging in this connection. Because you have moving on to a new time that's upside down. So this feels like you could, Scorpio, move on from this. Tit for tat communication, sticky, possibly emotionally, mentally meddling, manipulative communication. You could move on, but there's a reluctance to. There's a reluctance to move on. And this also feels like there's someone in the connection, and it could be you, Scorpio, where you're having a hard time letting your mind accept what is happening in this connection so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. There's a reluctance to change. There's a reluctance to move forward and on. The arguments, if you're having them the way that I'm sensing it, could be related to someone wants to literally move or move the relationship in a new direction, and someone is not having that. Someone is not on the same page with that, and it's causing some turbulence here. So there needs to be an opportunity to balance this. You know, it's hard to kind of get on the same page here, but there was some type of communication recently, and it never really got resolved, and it feels like someone is still holding on to the hurt. Someone is still holding on to the frustration from some type of communication about something that's happening in this connection. Values, mindset, but it feels like tit for tat communication. You know, why did you spend that money out of the savings account, for example? What do you mean? You took this amount of money and bought this. It's like having a hard time having change in the connection, because every time there's an opportunity to address something that is really truly challenging the relationship dynamics growth, because there's something still unresolved with someone here, they're almost creating an emotional mental prison for you all. Like they won't let anything kind of come in, so they're not allowing themselves to be of open heart to say, all right, baby, you're right. I should have told you about that. But both of you know that this person is holding on, and they're making the relationship dynamic harder because they're still angry. But with this justice out here, again, I could be talking to a cusper, but this feels like the spirit knows. You know, I think I get really passionate about this. When people are being hardened in a relationship dynamic, they're not trying to practice prudence and patience, and they're not trying to be collaborative in a partner. Spirit is watching that and always brings what is needed to restabilize and to humble us. So it kind of feels like not to worry. Someone in this connection, and this is very in a different direction, but I need to mention this. Someone might be expecting a child or wanting to have children. Maybe the challenging conversations has been related to children or wanting to have children to grow this connection. But I want to let you know that this is happening because it's related to something more divine and spiritual than maybe it feels like right now. This is on time to happen, because what you're working through, this challenging thing, is going to determine if you're going to go together, forward, on and beyond, how high, or if you stay here. Okay, so this is a part of the relationship's spirit. Okay, I think that you have a spirit, the person that you're dealing with, you have a spirit, you're coming together to unfold each other's spirit perhaps, but a relationship comes together for a purpose too. And so what you're working through is related to what this relationship's purpose could be. And so how you all get through this, the open heart, the forgiveness of heart, the return of lightness of heart, which is needed here, can determine how your relationship grows. I apologize. This message is getting a little bit more lengthy than I intended, but I'm going to get some messages out here related to the intentions of the person that you're dealing with. God, angel, spirit guides, what is the true feelings? What is in the heart of the person that Scorpio is dealing with right now? The person on their mind, in their heart. I don't think they're saying this, but the first card that popped out is I love you. Thank you, God. I love you. They love you. And you love them too. Okay. And folks who are single right now, thank you for holding space, because this reading really feels like it's for someone that's dealing with someone. So thank you for holding space and just allowing it to be a reading for those couples right now. It feels like it's important. My life is not as together as it seems. Someone who feels if they're being guarded, they're hardening their heart, tit for tat, not letting anything penetrate, not practicing temperance and humility. It's because they're guarding and protecting something. I feel like someone that you're dealing with, Scorpio, or it could be you. You're working through something where you don't want to feel like a failure. You don't want to feel like you don't want to show that you're afraid, or this person is not wanting to show that they are afraid. I hid who I really am from you. I didn't see this until just now. This is really important. There's always a reason when people are showing up guarded, resistant. And here are the messages to confirm that. My love cup, Scorpio, that is all that I have for you. Beneath the deck. I wish I would have treated you better. I'm just saying, I'd get that out there. If you like this space, it feels healthy to you, I'd love for you to join the family and subscribe. If you can't do all of that right now, you just want to pop in and get a quick little reading, well, I'm glad that you chose me. And I hope I get to see you next time, Scorpio, and another 4 Paths Healing Tarot message. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.